Breaking out of boredom, creating online escape rooms to transform your teaching. If you're tired of blank stares and disengagement, why not consider developing an escape room for your next teaching session? It can get students collaborating, thinking critically, and having fun, all through a game.
Hi, my name's Rosa. I'm a senior teaching fellow and third year module lead in adult nursing at King's College London. I have a background in intensive care, emergency nursing, respiratory specialist nursing and clinical education. I'm doing this masterclass for my final module at the University of Hertfordshire. I'm doing an MSc in health and medical education.
This masterclass is about creating an online escape room to use as a teaching and learning method. I made a respiratory escape room for third year students a few months ago. The session went really well and received positive feedback from both staff and students. These concerning statistics provide a compelling evidence base for the necessity of innovative teaching methods, such as online escape rooms, to enhance student engagement and retention in adult nursing education. Now let's explore the pedagogical foundations of escape rooms in education. I've summarised 3 key articles that explain why escape rooms aren't just for fun, but are grounded in solid learning theory. Understanding these principles will help you design more effective educational experiences that develop critical thinking, teamwork, and knowledge application skills in your nursing students. Cho et al. Supports the idea that escape rooms help to build humanistic care and creative thinking, and that they provide clinical realism. They state that escape rooms emphasise experiential, immersive learning through realistic case scenarios. Fernandez et al. Argues that escape rooms support student engagement and skill development. In this article, there is broad evidence of benefits across clinical topics and settings. Koze and Ozcan state that this method of teaching can stimulate critical thinking, clinical decision-making, and motivation. This systematic review shows that escape rooms outperform traditional methods in key areas. I will now take you through how to make an online escape room using Microsoft Forms. Step 1, planning. So use a clinical journey. Obviously, this will relate to your topic. Can you create a case study related to the clinical learning outcomes, perhaps? A patient journey is usually a fantastic way of covering a variety of interventions and skills. Consider students' previous learning. Ensuring that the escape room is an appropriate level is key. If it's too easy, then you could be dealing with a lot of very bored students. If it's too complex, it carries the risk of shattering their confidence. The whole idea is that this is really practical. What do your students need to understand at this level in their training? In my case, the respiratory escape room followed a respiratory lecture. Therefore, it was a great way of consolidating all of that new information and theory in a fun, engaging way, a bit like a flipped classroom. Decide on a final outcome and aim. Escape rooms should have an overarching aim. Real-life escape rooms, of course, it's to escape the room, but perhaps you could rethink this for yours. Once you know the final aim, perhaps the patient is discharged or transferred, then you can build the activities around this. Ensure that you have the right technology. I used Microsoft Forms for my escape room, but there are other options. There are documented escape room successes using Google Forms, Genially, ThingLink, and others as well. You can create as you go. Don't be afraid to start. Starting is the hardest part. Once you have a rough idea, you can get going. Step 2, build your puzzles. I'm now going to show you how to navigate Microsoft Forms and use the features in order to make your escape room. So if you go onto your Outlook email and click on the top left corner, you'll find your apps and you can click on Forms from there and it will open up. You need to click on New Quiz, not New Form. And from there, you can begin building your escape room. I'm going to show you how to use the features very simply right now. They will make a little bit more sense when I show you the respiratory escape room that I made. You can put in your title for your escape room here. You can describe the aim, such as getting your patient safely to the cath lab, getting your patient discharged from the hospital, whatever the patient journey might be. You can add an image if you need to. So you can click on the image icon, search for an image, click on it and press add, or you can upload an image from your own files. And once you've got your title and description, you can make a start. I suggest using the section feature here to divide your escape room up into different sections or rooms or environments, and you can give that a title. I would suggest that you do use this media option as much as possible. So like I did before, you can insert an image or you can insert a video. Now, if you insert a video, you need to directly copy and paste a link for a video from Microsoft Stream or from YouTube. Now, I used Microsoft Stream, and I'll just quickly show you how to do that. So again, if you go on your Microsoft apps, click on Stream, and here you can create videos or upload videos, whatever you'd prefer. I've got a video from my escape room available just here, so I'll show you how to embed it into the escape room. You click on Share, Copy Link. That's copied. So you go back to your escape room, paste it in, add it, and now your section has a video. Now you can add a question. So I suggest that for escape rooms, you use multiple choice questions. I'm going to do a non-medical question just to show you. Okay, so the AI tool has come up with some suggestions. I'm just going to ignore those for the purpose of this. So I've got two answers there. I might just add in some more. So add option, okay. So I've got 4 available answers there. So the correct answer needs to be highlighted to Microsoft Forms so it knows what the right answer is. So you do that by selecting this tick sign. So you can see there that yellow is the right answer. You can also use this feature here to write a comment. Now that comment will show if the student selects white, it will show try again. If they select yellow in this case, it will say well done, and they will know that that is the right answer. You must tick required because we must ensure that the students do select an answer to every question, and you can add a new question using this plus sign here. So we know how to add a video, we know how to add an image, a question, and a title. I suggest that you play around with the style so you can choose different layouts to your quiz here, and you can select different backgrounds or even video backgrounds just to make it a little bit more engaging for the students. You must make sure that in terms of accessibility, you've ticked the right thing on settings, which is here at the top. So it may be that anyone should be able to respond or only people in your organisation. And the way that we share the escape room with our students is through a link. So you can copy this link and it will take them straight to the quiz or escape room. You can send it to other teachers and they can use your escape room. It works quite well if you present the escape room at the front of a classroom through the projector, and you can do it as a group activity. Step 3, make it engaging. So I'm now just going to quickly show you my respiratory escape room. I won't have time to show you the whole thing or play the videos, but it will give you an idea on how we take students on a patient journey and how to make it as engaging as possible. So as you can see, the respiratory escape room starts in ED. Please read through the information to begin room 1, and I've told them that they'll need to make notes on a pen and paper as they move through the tasks. So we've got a video handover here of John Baker, and the students would just need to click video scene to move on. Okay, so the first question is on a respiratory assessment, and for each answer, we've got a code item associated with the answer. Now, whichever answer they think is correct, they need to jot down the letter or number associated with that right answer. So in this case, it's Y. Next, we've got a video of chest auscultation. So we're asking them to listen to that video and let us know what noise they can hear in the chest auscultation. In this case, it's this one, so they would note down 5. And again, we've got another one here, chest auscultation, which is code 9. We've got a chest x-ray here showing a right-sided pneumonia. And we've got some questions on VQ mismatching. So we want them to just jot down the code that's associated with the answer that they think is correct and select the answer. Here we've got an S-bar question. So we've got some information and a clinical update on our patient. And for each answer, we've got a link to a video with an S-bar handover. So they need to listen to each one of those S-bars and select the best one, the most appropriate one for John. And then, well done, your patient's been reviewed and you need to get his medications prepared. So then you need to put the code in to open that drug cupboard. So Y59Q4. Which is great. So that was the correct code. If it wasn't the correct code, they wouldn't have moved on to room 2. So we're in the drug cupboard now in room 2. Okay, so you get an idea now on how to get the students engaged with each of those sections that I was explaining and move through all the tasks. We've got some questions here on medications, on arterial blood gas analysis. So it's really, there's so many things you can do to make it engaging, and being as creative as possible is really going to help. Hopefully this video has helped you understand how to make an online escape room so you can get going and run your session. And don't forget the importance of feedback so you can continue to build and improve. And before we finish this video, I will leave you with some student feedback for my respiratory escape room. Thank you very much.
Hi, I'm a student nurse at King's College London and I attended the Respiratory Escape Room seminar. I really enjoyed the session. It was really engaging, it was innovative, and it was something very different to what we had done previously in the course. It created really interesting critical discussions on new concepts that we had learned in lectures, and how we might apply them in a real life scenario. And it also helped to consolidate my understanding on one of the most challenging learning topics for me personally.
Hi, I'm Zara. I'm a third year nursing student at King's, and I thought I could provide some feedback on the respiratory escape room session I attended a few months ago. I just wanted to say I thought this session was very fun and engaging, and it was very well thought out. The questions were the right amount of challenging, which allowed for discussions within our small groups and also for a little bit of healthy competition between groups too. I'm very happy to know that next year this will take place again and they will get to experience the respiratory escape room. All the best.